Well, all right. ID Voca, it's good. Test audio. Make sure y'all can hear me. Everybody, golden, gravy. Mr. Chapman, the real Stevie J. Has anybody ever found the fake Stevie J? I'm just curious. Jason Parker, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in. Seen you tuned in earlier as well. Vaping Miner, how are you? How are you? Sean Flanagan, blessed. Scuba, how about you, brother, man? Sound and video, all good. Good deal. I hope everybody had a blessed week this last week. Weather's been shitty in Texas. I know we got some cold fronts moving in across the great states, but hope you make the best of it regardless, whatever it is you're doing. Obi-Wan Kenobi, how about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Hey. No, I really don't want to know, honestly. No. Stephen Taylor, how are you? Stephen Taylor, man, I ain't backing up nothing. I don't care to upload them anywhere, man. What's there is there. If YouTube goes away, doesn't mean we go away. Just find another way. Make another way. Bob Shorkey, how are you doing, my friend? You start your show right as mine finishes. Scuba, man, if you'd like, brother, shoot me a DM on Facebook. I'll give you the Zoom. The Zoom's open for all my Patreons. If you have the Zoom room number, you're able to join. Anybody that has it, even if you're not a Patreon. But it is open for the Patreons this Friday night. It's a wide open platform. Hey, just shoot the shit. You're welcome, Scuba. I mean that wholeheartedly, my friend. John Caps, what's good? What's good? Appreciate that, Stephen Taylor. Sadie07, how are you? I'm blessed over here, my friend. Very blessed. Broken Home, how about it, my man? Dude, Broken Home, you got some good looking posts on Facebook, man. I ain't gonna lie. You always got the UID, Matt Kyle. You guys are like ranking in the tops right now for like online nemesis of mine because you guys all have beautiful, beautiful hardware setups. I'm not even jealous of your setups. I'm just appreciative of y'all setups. The fact that you guys are posting some killer setups all the time. Jason Witt, what's good? John Day Vela Cruz, how are you? How about it, Matt? Just talking about you, man. Just talking about you. Yeah, you guys are always, you three are like in the top ranking right now for some of the best posts on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be. Of your setups, all of them are gorgeous. I've fallen in that billet box hole personally. I'm seeing some beautiful setups on the billet box forums. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love some of the stuff I'm seeing. Very, very good looking stuff. Emily, I'm never going to try to pronounce your last name. Hello, Emily. Thank you for joining. Stephen Taylor says, sounds like a fight going on in the background. It is. It's a fight with my 9-year-old son and trying to keep it quiet. But hey, he's 9 years old. I'm going to let him live his life, do what he does. Matt, Cal, and ID are my brothers. Yeah, they are. They're good people, man. If those brothers by blood, by relationship, by friendship, whatever, you're in good company, man. Damn good company. Broken Home should be banned from IGs, making us all look bad. Oh, man. Guys, I did get to shoot the SX Mini video. I think it uploaded yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. This thing's a very unique, interesting piece. I've been using it for a while, and I still made a mistake. And for the record, I left that on the video to show. I explained it in the video why I left it there. We're human. Everybody's going to make a mistake, you know, and not everybody knows everything about everything. You know, I made a simple mistake, overlooked something, and it happens. But I did go through and show you how to correct that problem as well. Because I'm sure other people may have that problem and think that their product's defective. It's not. You know, that I wanted to show 100% that is not equipment error. That is operational error. That is the operator's error. Scuba says, yes, saw it. I hated it, man, but I had to leave it in there because that's true usage. Even after having this device since before Christmas and using it, it's true usage. John Derrick, if I'd grabbed the Mission G10 panels when they drop, I don't know, man. They're beautiful panels. They look really, really good. I don't know. We'll see. Amy Leo Goddess. Hey, Mr. Just Right in chat. How are you doing, Amy? Hope you're well. Yeah, John Day, I hope you and yours are safe over there in the Philippines. We know it's bad times over there for you guys. Who's everyone got in the McGregor fight tomorrow? Who's he fighting? That cowboy dude or something like that? Tough call right there. You know, I don't even like seeing fights like that with like McGregor and that cowboy dude. I'm not very familiar with him too much. But like McGregor, man, like when you're great, you're great. You know, don't overstay your welcome. You know, if you're doing good things, you're making things happen, hell, do what you do and cash out. Get out. It's okay to leave with pride and dignity. You know, don't ride it till, I mean, did you mismanage your funds that bad that you have to take the fight? Oh, good to know you're safe, John Day. Hate to hear that about your people from the ash and the volcano over there. That's a horrible thing, you know, and I don't want to get into like biblical terms and all that other good stuff, but we're seeing a lot of things happen right now around the world that are really, really eye-opening, you know. Oh, Sebastian, man, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Trust me, I didn't want to leave that in the video because I don't want SX to think that, oh, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But it's one of those experiences where one has to share real experiences with something. Whenever you're using something, you have errors, you have problems. Even if something that you know a lot about, you can still make a mistake. That's human. That's only nature. But I'm still enjoying the device. But please understand that there's nothing wrong with the device. I enjoy it. Really, really do. And same with the cons that I gave it with the price point. You know, that's a justifiable cons in my book, you know. How about you, Lethal? You doing all right, man? Hope you're having a blessed one. Good deal, Matt. Good deal. That's the best times, man. Family time. You know, and you're preparing dinner. That's, you're a better man than myself. Got a little piece in. Kind of, I guess I'll do like a bit of focus on that, not me. Focus on that, not me. Here. And let's do this. I think they're coming to focus. Bam. Back here or right there? Right there. Just. Come on, do it again. Right. That's a beautiful piece of hardware right there. That's the limited edition SQ from Dove Post, serial number 13, a TVC creation. Love that guy's work right there. That mod right there is one of my very, very favorites right now. Robin Freeman, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Oh, The wife is, he said. All right, good deal, Matt. I'm about to say, dude, you're a better man than me. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it, man. I'm very proud of that piece. Honestly, I just wanted to try the aluminum with the panel. It would semi-match. Works for me. But that's a mod that I really cannot get enough of it. I love that damn mod. There's the black and red. The door swapped on it. But where's this video at? Again, it's one of those things where I like to use the device to ensure I know what I'm doing with it. And not necessarily just know what I'm doing with it, but have a better understanding of it. The Vaporesso Degree, 1,000 hits on one coil. And if you watch the video, I mean, I took a picture of it because whenever I was doing the download of it, I accidentally reset the puff counter. But I'm glad I caught it on video, on film, that I had over 1,000 hits on one coil. Vapor Odyssey, how are you? Blessed, blessed. Coil Image said he almost forgot about the live. My brother, man, from another mother, Mr. Coil Image. Bob Shorkey says he sees what I had for dinner. Yes, sir. That's what I did right there. Whataburger. Yeah, Matt, dude, this at SQ it's a banger. For the money, I can't think of any better purchase at the time. TJ Bangam Juan, what's good? Thank you for joining in. ID, you know what? I'm glad you said that, ID, because I got to get, matter of fact, I need to know which one you want, which one Chapter wants, because I'm not going to separate the doors. I'm just going to give one of you a black one and one of you the red one. So Mr. Chapman, Mr. ID, y'all need, one of y'all needs to speak first as to which one you want. Whichever one that don't want one, the other one's going to get it. Get those out to you guys, man. Why would I do that? Because I thoroughly enjoy using the device. You guys are good personal friends of mine. I like to ensure that you guys have everything that I have. I don't need 3 of them. I like having 3 of them. Hell, I'd like to have every color they got. But honestly, do I need it? No. So to be able to give it back to you guys is something I'm afforded an opportunity to do, and I'm happy to do so. Chapman, good, because ID just answered for you. ID wants the red doors on the black mod. You're going to get the red mod with the black doors. Bam! Ha ha! Oh, Scuba, good deal. Thank you. Let me get that right over to you, brother. Let's see here. There he is. Just sent that over to you, Scuba. Guys, we're going to welcome Scuba to the show here in just a bit. Good deal, good deal. Going through chat real quick. Banger says broken home. Yeah, man. Again, I'm a budget-friendly type individual. I like things that are budget-friendly. And that's a budget-friendly mod, so. Aha. How about you, Scuba?
Oh, let me mute. Okay, there we go. I had to mute the show. What's up?
Good, good. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, it's kind of weird that your show, it's like I almost think you're watching my show, because as soon as I'm finishing my show, your show starts. It's like, bam. I'm like, really? There he is. And you're good people, man. I mean, after talking to you on the SX Mini Christmas show, I was like, dadgum, that Mr. Just Right one. He actually has the same point of views that I do, and he's more passionate about stuff that I like. I really appreciate seeing that instead of somebody that's out to cash grab or you know, just all that bull crap, all the vaping drama that's on the, you know, that's what I see, and I know you see it too. And you know, I'm not out there to get 8 million subscribers. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm more out to help people. If I can help people quit smoking and get over to vaping, by God, that's all I'm ever been about. So, and you know, I think it's great what you do. I really appreciate. Of course, you can call me Scuba Steve because that is my nickname.
That's what everybody calls him, Scuba Steve.
Yeah, everybody trust me, if you call me Steve, I may be like not even look. If you say Scuba, I'm gonna turn around, or Scuba Steve, I'm gonna turn around, guaranteed.
Yeah, man, as far as the drama and stuff, trust me, I could get entangled in it really, really quick. It's nothing that I'm afraid to get involved with. Honestly, it just doesn't, it's not worth my time. And I'm not being arrogant when I say that. It's just, I've already been there, I've already done that. I'm 36 years old, and that may not seem like old to a lot of people, but trust me, when you started life as a father at 15, like I was already a dad at 15. So there was years before that I'd already done a lot of bad too, and then continued to do bad until I wisened up a little bit. So I know the consequences of doing so. I grew up in an age where the keyboard didn't save you. You know,
Right.
like that was the thing. And
the
living that age now where the keyboard makes everybody bulletproof and armor and 10 foot tall. And when the reality of it is, we know that's not the truth, you know, and for somebody to believe that, you're fooling yourself and you're fooling them. And the part that saddens me the most is people really believe that when they get on camera, the persona that they're selling to people and the character that they're selling to people, they tell themselves and they believe that within themselves. And that's heartbreaking because truthfully, you peel away that character, there really is a human soul inside that body, a good person inside there that has to sell something they're not to be accepted by the masses.
Right.
And they drive them and let that mold them when they could set their own mold. You're unique the way you are for your very good reason. You don't have to put on a persona and sell something that you're not.
Yeah. And the whole thing about, you know, as far as companies sending products out to the reviewers and stuff, and then, you know, if you don't give these companies a good review, they'll just disown you, which that's the whole purpose of a review. Why not have some criticism? If somebody can't criticize a device you're making so that you can make it better, why would you penalize that reviewer for giving you their honest opinion on a product? So these reviewers that are kissing butt to these manufacturers that are making products that suck, I don't understand it. It's just all about the money, man. I'd rather stay truthful and go, hey, you know what? It sucks. I hate to say this, but it sucks. And be honest, you know, because people are going to go by your word if they believe in what you teach and what you preach to people, you know, about, hey, you know, what I say, if I say this is a great device, then it is. That you're not blowing smoke up their butt, then they're going to follow you and they're going to continue to do things that you know, they know that you're actually putting your heart on the line and that you're telling the truth. You're not being paid off to say, hey, this is a great product when it really isn't. And that's what I think is makes a great reviewer.
You have to do that, man, because again, it wasn't just overnight that, you know, or it wasn't like something I was silver spoon fed or anything. You know, there was a point in time in my life where I was a homeless individual just a little over 10 years ago. Wow. You know, homeless. So to be where I'm at now and afforded that, the memories are so vivid in my mind of how I grew up and trying to provide a living with kids at home and bills due. And I understood that $60, man, it would take me a day and a half to earn that, maybe 2 days work to earn that after taxes. I would hate to have on my conscience advising somebody that something was good at $60 for an RDA when the reality is it wasn't.
Right.
You know, I would much rather take my chances and know that, hey, I saved them $60. I may lose that company, but I'll get the viewer back and know that, hey, You made a good decision by not purchasing that product and not purchasing that device. And if you can't take constructive criticism, a reviewer should be able to take constructive criticism first and foremost, because they're giving criticism.
Yep.
But at the same time, these companies have to be able to take constructive criticism. And if they did that more willingly and openly, they would become a better company in the long run.
Exactly. Oh, sorry.
No,
Exactly.
don't apologize, man. We don't apologize, man. Things happen.
I bumped my mic. I'm just like, boom. Everybody's like, oh, my ears, you know. No, I have 2 Dyson fans. Okay, yeah. Oh, one of them is Munchkins. The blue one is actually Munchkins. The white one is my original. People, that fan has more fans than I do. And that fan sounds like a jet engine when it starts up because it's so old. I got that off one of the penny auction sites for like $1.27. I racked up on that thing, but yeah, I've had that fan for about as long as I've been. So I'd say that fan's 8 years old now. Maybe, yeah, right around 8 years. I've had a long time.
Good.
Yeah, see,
Gregory Brown, how are you? Thank you for joining the chat, man. Fellow Texas native. Good to see you. ID Voca says, welcome my fellow drop fan, Gregory Brown. Gregory Brown, ID Voca, you both would like to know that Richard Mallard, Vapor and Twisted 420, his live stream earlier, said that the drop was his favorite RDA of all time. So
I can see that.
Y'all's opinion is validated by my friend, so I'm gonna roll with it. I like the drop. I didn't take nothing from the drop. It wasn't my style of vaping.
Yeah. You know what was ahead of its time when it came out, which you probably, I don't even know if you've ever seen one of these because it wasn't mainstream. But as far as the best dripper when it came out over the entire market was this guy right here. This is the .com, not .mod, .com RDA. And to be able to get a gold one, you really had to know somebody. This thing had the best airflow, really good dripper. You can't buy them anymore. Don't even try. But that dripper I've had for, good Lord, 5-6 years. When this came out, it was better than any dripper on the market. It really was. And it just is, it's not happening now. This was like my original 810 style. This is even bigger than 810, I think. But yeah, that was before that even started happening. And it was just a great dripper. I'll never get rid of this because it can't be replaced. There's no way. But yeah, I got like 3 or 4 of those. Most of them are dual posts. They're almost like a velocity. You remember velocities? It's like a velocity style build deck, and it's a great dripper. It's just the
velocity to me, man. That build deck out of the velocity is what I consider a pedigree deck.
Right.
It's a deck that many others copied afterwards because it was so iconic and so pivotal and meaningful to our industry. Like, if we ever have a chance to have like a Hall of Fame or, you know, something like that for vaping, I firmly believe that the first nominee, minus, you know, the 810s and things like that, but for RDAs, I firmly believe like the Velocity should be in that category. The Patriot should be in that category.
Right.
There's pedigree decks like that I'll forever have fond memories of because it's right when I really got the hobbyist itch within me to get really heavy into vaping, and to know that they were copied so many times afterwards for so long.
But you got to give them
pedigree decks.
They always, you got to give it credit. Whenever somebody sees a deck similar to that, they always say Velocity style. At least people give credit to the Velocity, because if it's a Velocity style deck, they'll say it's a Velocity style deck. I mean, and people that's been vaping long enough will all be familiar with that. You just know it.
Yep. A firm believer of that.
I really thought, see, I haven't gotten in contact with you. I really thought I had a profile RDA. I don't. I thought,
well, Steve, again, the same place you shot the text message to, shoot me an address because I got a drawer full of them over here.
I bet you do.
I just sent some out to the UK. I just sent some to Eric Buss with Squid. And again, that's my fault with like Eric and SQ. Because, man, I thought they had them. You know, I thought that they already had them and didn't like them or something. And Eric's like, no, dude, I don't have one. I need one. I was like, well, I feel bad because he supported the Just Right Christmas, I think 2 years straight. The least I can do is give the man one of my RDAs, RTAs, and anything else that has my name associated with it. Same overseas.
I'm really interested in trying it because most of the mesh stuff I tried have sucked because it's like it always has a dry spot in the coil and it's like I just can't. So I'm hoping that the profile just clears all that up for me. I think it will. So I'm hoping it.
Absolutely. Steve, introduce yourself, please. Let's do that. Let's introduce yourself to those of you that don't know who Scuba Steve is. Let him introduce himself.
Okay. Well, okay. Scuba Steve. I am 51 years old. Holy crap. I've been vaping now. Literally when I started vaping, I started vaping way before vaping was ever a thing. And then I quit vaping, went back to smoking. Then I quit completely for 2 years. And I've never seen this happen before, but my friends actually told me, Scuba, you need to smoke because when you don't smoke, you have a really bad attitude. And I said, you know what? Instead of me going back to smoking, I'm going to, I have less gray than Joel. Joel don't have no gray. Look at him. Look, I got gray. All this
knows.
beard
That's
is
why
white.
I get my haircut so short. I got a head full of gray hair. Don't let it fool
anyway. So I started vaping. Good Lord, I think it was 2011. I think it's been about a good 8 or 9 years. Hell, I can't even keep up now. And a lot of people struggle between dual vaping and vaping singularly. And I really think it's important that nobody should be put down if they're dual vapors. I believe if you're smoking less at all by vaping, then you're doing the right thing. If you can, the less cigarettes you smoke, the better off it is. I don't care if it's a 0.1 or a 1.9 ohm coil, whatever gets you to smoke less, that's what's good. And if you can get completely over to vaping, that's great. If you can't and you still have to dual use, you know, that's fine. I would never criticize somebody because they dual use. I really hate reviewers that give chatters crap because they still smoke or put them down because they still smoke. I can't stand that. I mean, people are going to smoke. I mean, if they have to smoke, that's what they got to do. But don't put them down because you only vape and you want to be hypocritical and say, you know, I used to smoke. I smoked 32 years. So if I can switch from only smoking for 32 years over to vaping, anybody can do it. I mean, I smoked Marlboro Reds when I first started smoking, Marlboro Red, all the way up to the last few years. I switched over to Marlboro Lights, which technically there's no big difference between those two, but yeah. And then I went over to vaping and literally I'd say within 2 days, I was straight vaping and haven't looked back since. But yeah, if y'all are looking for me, Scuba Vapes on YouTube. If you look up Scuba's Hangout on Facebook, you can find me there. Join the group. You know, I'll add you. No big deal.
I'm about to give you a wrench, and you can drop links as you like.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to promote myself on your channel. That's fine.
We're all here to help each other. Everybody needs something, you know what I mean, to help each other. And if there's viewers of mine that are going to appreciate your point of view, if you like my point of view and the way that I see things, and
I love your point of view,
dude, that's going to be a mutual thing right there. And I think the more avenues, the better for anybody, you know, and get different opinions of lots of things. That's very, very important.
Yeah, that's a bad habit I have. Munchkin, you already know because you're upstairs, but yeah, I collect vape gear. This is not even, that stand back there is absolutely full of mods, along with all around, all behind me, all up on the walls, on this shelf behind me. I got a lot of mods, and I'm not technically, the difference between me and reviewers is I don't get sent stuff. I buy all of that I paid for. So I may have had, not like it now. Say if Joel sends me a profile, that would be one thing. I would say 99.8% of the stuff I have, I bought. If I have anything that I got for free, then that's different. But yeah.
My wife tells me all the time, you should put all your mods on display behind you. I said, look, my goal is not to keep everything that I get. I'd much rather give it away. When you speak of people that are dual using, my mindset and concept have always been with that is, I want that person to come back every week. I want to see their progression. I want to know, I want to get updates from them. Like, hey, I'm down to like half a pack this week. And, a month or two later, hey, look, I'm down to like 5 cigs a week. And, 6 months down the road, man, I'm cigarette free. I'm scot free. We can grow together. There's nothing that says that I'm not a work in progress every day, as is somebody who dual uses. They're still a work in progress. And I welcome that. I want those kind of people over, and I want them to share their experiences and their struggles. And maybe if we've already been down that path, we can guide them and direct them accordingly to say, hey, look, I remember doing the same thing. I don't ever advise anybody to quit cold turkey. I don't. I have a ex-stepmother that lives in Louisiana. I'm sending her a setup, but I'm going to tell her, look, don't try to quit cold turkey. I wouldn't advise that of you, because she's older than me, a lot older than me, but when she smoked as long as she has, I know she has because I've known her since I was like 8.
Yeah.
That's not something you can just quit instantly. Your body goes through withdrawals and chemical dependencies and such. And understanding that and advising her, like, look, step down, start with this, and then step down to this and step down to this. I think I got some 18 milligram in there I picked up for her, and some other little setups I think will help her with the homage, being like a restricted style vape. 5 coils in there. That's going to get her plenty of trial and error. If she burns through one or whatever, she'll have 4 more to go through. It's something that I take very, very near and dear to my heart to help people with their journey. Somebody helped me with mine. Why can't I do the same with somebody else? I can't do it for everybody, but there's people in my life that I can do that for.
Let's see if I can find my channel here. I'll post it just because. All right, there we go. I don't know if that's the right link. I'll try it.
Vape Odyssey says they love the Profile OG. Should I get the 1.5? If you're happy with the vape that you get off the Profile, I would never advise you to go purchase the 1.5. If you're happy with what you got and it works, that's good enough, But if you want to try, there was some things that you didn't like about the original Profile, whether it wasn't a warm enough vape for you, or that was the number one thing with it was the warmth of vape. I wanted to make sure that was addressed. So if you want a warmer style vape, then by all means pick up a 1.5. But if you're satisfied and happy with the vape that you get off the original, I'm not going to advise you to go buy a 1.5. I just said, wouldn't it be right of me to do so?
I completely agree with you helping other people out. And I had one thing happen that left a bad taste in my mouth. Now, I can't condone all vapors for this. There was one guy that came in my chat and he was like, I'm really down. I really want to start vaping, blah, 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 blah. So I sent him a mod and a dripper, everything he needed to get started vaping. Not even 7 days after I did that, he posted on my group that mod and dripper for sale. I was like, are you kidding me right now? He put it up for sale. I was like, really, dude? Well, I need money, man. I'm like, yeah, but you wanted to.
Me, I'm going to call them out publicly. I'm going to let them know I see it, I acknowledge it, and I'm going to let other people know about it, because I feel that there is people that take advantage of the kindness of this community and has for many years. There should be no reason we have a damn vape court and then a vape court 2.0 when the original one shuts down. It shouldn't be necessary. So, and people are like, well, you don't want to tell you about something on somebody's wall. Bull crap. I risked having my Facebook page was on block because somebody ripped off my buddy Matt Cow.
Wow.
And I called the guy out publicly. I tagged him and his wife and let them know they were dog shit for doing so, because he's a good individual. He's a man that's out there working to provide for him and his family. For somebody to take advantage of that, I take personal offense to that. And it puts a bad name for the entire community when somebody does that. So I don't go to a vape court page and put up a complaint, put somebody's name on the wall. Hell no, I tag them and call them out publicly and let the world know what I think of you and how you are. Not for people to go look on a Facebook page. I'm going to tag your personal page and let people know. And it's not a drama thing. It's just the reality of things. If my neighbor rips me off, I'm going to let the whole neighborhood know that, hey, the neighbor over here stole from me. He's a thief. Watch everything you got. Don't like it, and so be it.
Wow.
Overdrip, thank you for joining, a Canadian brother right there. Good.
Didn't you? You got the trilogy, didn't you, Joel?
I did not get a trilogy. I have
Oh,
not. That's something that's been on my list. Fogging Out the Batman has made it very clear that I need to pick up a trilogy. I'm one of those individuals, man, that I'm real particular about things. I spoke to Brian from Vapers Cloud. We have a very, very good relationship. We shoot the shit all the time. And he's offered to me before. I mean, he offered back when the original Asgard came out. He said, dude, here's both of them. I was like, no, man, look, I'll pick it up when I pick it up. I'd rather him sell it to somebody than to ever give it to me. I have plenty of stuff. I have stuff that I haven't even got to look at yet. But that one is high on my list. The Asgards are high on my list because they've been recommended by so many people. My top of 2019, the Asgard came up, I think, like 9-10 different times. So I know that I have to go get an Asgard, whether I want to or not. I have to go get one.
This is a big RTA. Don't get me wrong. It's a 30 millimeter RTA. The main difference is because the Fatality was my all-time favorite RTA, which is this guy right here. This is the Fatality, the original 28 millimeter Fatality. That one had the best flavor, but when this came out, the big difference is the length of distance between the coils and where your mouth is. So since they shortened, they made this tank fatter, but they made it shorter. So it's close. It makes the coils closer to your mouth. So that much more flavor. This beats the flavor of the Fatality, which I do not ever want to say anything beat the Fatality, but this does. Now,
how'd the FP do? How'd the FP rank in your book?
See, I don't have the FP.
The FP was one of my favorite for 2018. Really? It's a larger diameter RTA, but the flavor from that thing was phenomenal. The Fatality, and this is what I love, the fact that we have two different opinions. You like the Fatality. I purchased the Fatality, ended up giving it away. Frames Janklin ended up with it, I believe, because it wasn't for me. It was too much airflow for me. And now that you're pointing it out with that trilogy you have there, the shortness of it makes a lot of sense, because when the further that chamber is, I feel you're going to lose a lot of flavor in that chamber.
Exactly.
So, very, very good.
The reason I like the Fatality, honestly, is because you can half turn it and pop the whole tank off and re-wick it, put it back together. It's just a half turn and the whole tank pops off. You can keep your juice, put new wick in there, pop it back on, and it's good to go. The airflow, it has two different airflows. You can turn them down. Yeah, it has a lot of airflow, don't get me wrong. But for the people that like to build low, that's great. I should try the intake dual. The intake dual is right here, Gregory. Don't get me wrong. I do love the intake dual. It's right here. This is a Q Mini, which you can't buy anymore, which is probably the best mod that SX Mini has ever made. And then my SX Auto that Joel just reviewed is right here.
You know, the Mini, I got to try the Mini, Vaping with Twisted 420. He got sent a white one back in the day. And I remember that mod vividly because I remember sitting down holding it and trying it. I was like, dude, this thing's pretty damn classy. He's like, yeah, man, it's pretty damn pricey too. But I remember sitting there vaping it at his house and enjoying the mod that he had. I was like, that's pretty damn good. Pretty good.
This mod only came in two colors, red and black.
They did offer it in white, right? I'm pretty sure they offered it in white.
No, red. This is Ferrari red and black. The Q Mini. Now they make another one called the regular Q class, but that's not the Q Mini. The Q Mini is a dual 18650. The Q Mini you can't buy anymore. Well, there is one site I know where you can get it, but yeah, this thing is really hard. It was if you didn't buy it, you can hang it up now pretty much. But yeah, it was the best SX Mini mod. Hell, I got SX Mini stuff. I got the original SX Mini stuff back on my shelf, but yeah, that one was hard to get. The Q class was different. There's a Q Mini and then there's a Q class. They looked similar, but the Q Mini was better than the Q class. The Q class came out in white.
In white, okay, that may have been it.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. See, it's so confusing because they got a Q class and then they got a Q Mini. It's like, which one's which? Yeah, that's it.
And even in my reviews, man, the name SX Mini being the company name throws me off all the time.
Yeah, because it's Yeehee. Yeehee is the main company. SX Mini is like the
umbrella company. Yeehee being a chip is my mindset.
Right.
SX
Yeah.
being the mod manufacturer with utilizing a Yeehee chip under the Yeehee umbrella, which that umbrella kicks down further than a lot of people realize.
Exactly.
It's always been like a tongue twister for me doing that. And there's other companies that do the same thing. I'm trying to think of some off the top of the head. QP, for example. You know, QP to me, FPQP, I would think that QP would be the name of the RTA, not the manufacturer of the RTA and the mod. And they have other products out there as well. The Kali V2 RDA, enjoyed that one that they had.
Yeah.
I think the Kali is the only product that QP ever made that I actually enjoyed using. I haven't used all their products, but what I had used of them, the Juggernaut Mini, I have that one. It's
Juggernaut,
not very high on my list, but that Kali V2 was like the only one that I ever used of theirs that really I enjoyed.
That's probably the only.
I was kind of gun shy with Vapors Cloud. I'm not.
The QP,
honesty,
what is it?
The exact same thing about Vapors Cloud.
The Kali is the only thing I don't own.
Was the first time I heard of them.
I have all the other QP stuff, but not the Kali. So I probably should get a Kali. Man, I'm still sick. I've been sick since October. This is ridiculous how long you can be sick from one cold. It's just a coughing now. I can't get over it. Wish it'd go away.
Shout out to Ender's Other Game, another Canadian brother up north, man. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate you being there tonight. Longtime supporters of Mr. Just Right One. Personal friend of my book. Like the guy a lot. Like to see him here. I know he's very busy, life, work, everything going on. So to have him tune in, I feel that's a great honor. I'm pleased to have him here. And I like the chat. It's so subjective. I like to draw Ender's Other Game of the FP. And that goes for everybody, man. Like some people like draws that are tighter, some people like it looser. And I think that's the beauty of vaping, man, that we all have our own style. Why do you think there's so many packs of cigarettes on the shelf when you walk in? Because so many people like different styles of cigarettes. Like I didn't meet very many people in my life that like Benson and Hedges. But I know my dad loved Benson and Hedges, and them damn things are not cheap. They were expensive as hell.
Yeah, why were those cigarettes so much more? Benson and Hedges. I was like, good Lord, those are expensive. Yeah. Salem's too. I don't know why. Salem's were expensive too. It's like, really? They're just menthol cigarettes. Why are they so expensive? Good Lord.
Yes, sir. I was like on like the floor sweeps, whatever they had. That's what I was smoking, like something cheap.
Benson and Hedges came in a fancy box.
Yep.
I don't think that should make them more expensive though.
I mean,
hey, you know what? There's some juices out there that come in
boxes in the vape world where the vape one, it's really not that much greater than anything comes in a paper box, but it came in a fancy wooden box and it made it something smart. You remember Smoke used to have they had a wooden box mod. That came in a wooden display box.
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy for it. I did it. Fucking Smoke mod. Like, it's not going to be that great.
There's a lot of juices out there that come with really fancy bottles, but the juice inside is crap. I've seen juice that's really good that comes in bland bottles. You know, it's not all about the label, but they use that to entice you to buy their juice. And then you find out after you've already bought it that it's crap. So, yeah, don't go by the label, folks. I would much rather trust word of mouth.
Those of you tuning in tonight, speaking of e-liquids and juices, I'd like to share with everybody. I've already shared it with my Patreons this last week. EMB, Shop EMB, Killer Custard, Gorilla Custard, Cake, Santos, Batman's e-liquids, that Sabores Delicanto lineup. They have a discount code, JustRight15 for 15% off. I also believe they have a 20% off coupon code for first-time purchases. Go use the code, guys. If you feel like if something on there you want to try, please use JustRight15. If not, don't worry about it. No love lost if you don't. I just thought it was really cool. They reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in having a discount code. I said, sure, no problem. I don't get any profit gain off of it. They're not like an official sponsor of the channel or anything. It's just an e-liquid that I personally enjoy using. And I like to share that with y'all. I was very proud to get my very first discount code somewhere. So
Steve, I love Looper. I remember liking that juice a long time ago. That juice has been around for a while. That Animal Looper.
Oh yeah, my word.
That was good stuff. I tried that like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, "Damn, that's good juice." I remember liking that. Yeah.
Will I talk about the Axial Pro? I spoke on it earlier, Enders, and I have both of them built. Let's see if I can get that.
Whoa.
Focus on that, not me. Focus on the.
Focus down your son. Holy moly.
There we go.
There it goes.
Have them both built with the exact same coils in them. One of them is reading a 0.44. The other one is reading a 0.11.
What the world build stands do you have? Oh, is that a skull and a bulldog or?
Yeah, a bulldog and a skull. These are made in South Africa. They come from Bearded Viking Customs. I like that one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a piston. It's got my nickname on there. It's got Scuba on there. This is Steve Dilligaff Porter. So he makes like little piston build stands, which is pretty cool. Oops, I just dropped it. But yeah. That one, and then I also got this one, which I like this one. This is a really clear blue. This is blue. Well, without a light, you can't really tell, but yeah, these are nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah, this one, that one's pretty. That one costs a good bit. This one I got sent to me for free. The guy was just like, "Hey, I'll send you this," and he put my nickname on there. I was like, "Hell yeah, man, I appreciate it."
Well, you got yours with the nickname.
Oh, there you go.
Mine doesn't have a nickname on it, but it does have like a steampunk type logo etched in it. If you can see.
Nice. It's probably because you got yours way before I just got this. So,
truth to be told, with this, what I like about it more than anything is the man handed it to me directly when I was over in the UK. He walked up and gave it to me as a personal gift. And
oh, that's nice.
It'll always have sentimental value to me. It'll be something I'll cherish for a very, very long time. The gold skull from Bearded Viking. I got a red one from Frankie Vaping Fish. God, I can't remember his name. His handle he goes by. But he gave me the red skull as a gift at Christmas a year before last. And it's just something I've always enjoyed using. Again, I got to meet up with Bearded Viking in the UK as well. Had a good time with him. Damn good dude. Damn good stuff.
I can get you the link to the group there. Wait, if I can type it right. There it is. Yeah, he sells them actually pretty cheap. Here's the link to the group. If you want one of those piston Addy stands, I'll give you a link over to his group and just get a hold of Stevie and he'll hook you up. You can get it customized. I've seen him make Halo Addy stands or Star Wars, whatever you want. But there you go. Joker Lover one. I don't even know how to say that nickname.
Joker, you have a hard time tracing down Batman's e-liquid at his shop, emb.com. If they won't ship to your state, feel free to shoot me a message. I can't take care of everybody, but I can help you make sure that you get your package, whether it be shipped to me and then me shipped to you and you take care of your shipping and cost or whatever it may be. Have no problem doing that. And that goes for anybody in the state that can't receive products from any manufacturer or juice manufacturer, hardware manufacturer, distributor, wholesale, whatever it is. Feel free to shoot me a message.
Thanks,
I promise you I'm not out to rip anybody off. I don't need your money. I want to do it to help people. And I'll do that until the day the feds come pick me up, because I firmly believe it is unfair and unjust to say that some people in one state are not allowed to have something that once you cross an imaginary line,
nice, lethal,
they can have it. That does never will ring any kind of sense in my mind at all.
Joker lives. I don't know why I couldn't see that. I guess my vision's just bad. Hell, I'm 51. What can you expect? This Joker lives.
Once Batman's e-liquid, the irony, not the first time I heard that.
You know, I haven't tried, you know, Batman came on my show one time and he was like, hey, hit me up. I'll send you my, and I never, because I don't like contact, you know, see, that's why I haven't contacted you yet. I hate going and go, hey man, you know, send me this or send, you know, but yeah, he was like, hey, I'll send you my line, you know, you can test it out. And I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I mean,
Munchkin, Munchkin said it must be the bourbon.
could be the bourbon. Hey, it's almost yeah, it's almost empty.
Oh man, that's pretty good. That's hysterical. Sorry, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
no, you can interrupt me. Hey, it's your show, man. I talk a lot. I don't want to interrupt you at all. You definitely can
the
talk.
floor is open. Like I said, it's open to anybody. All out angst agonist. I can't say agonist. All out agonist. Vocal, what's good? How you doing, man? It's been a while. Ain't seen you around. I seen you over in Frames Jenkins' room earlier. Good deal. And man, as far as reaching out to people, dude, I'm the world's worst at it. I've had companies approach me and ask me, hey, what would you like? What would you like? And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I'll buy it. And then I'll never buy it or forget it or something. It's a pride thing with me. I don't like to receive free anything. And typically, if it's like a personal gift that's given to me, I'll retain it. But if it's a company that sends it to me for review or whatever purpose, I typically try to give it away. I don't keep very much. I do have what I call the vape vault. That has very, very important pieces to me, whether they were sentimental value or just pieces that I purchased that I thoroughly enjoyed and felt that needed to go in the vape vault.
There you go.
You know, those are my personal pieces, but most everything else I have, I give it away. It doesn't matter how much it costs or what it retails for. If I see a need, I'm going to fill it. I don't need to have all this shit. I don't want to have a house full of vape gear. I'm not a vape shop.
If I have two of something, I give it away. If I have duals, it's gone. I have one singular device of each type, but if I get a dual of something for some reason, like maybe I find a deal at a place, they'll have mods on sale for $20 and I'll buy 5 of them. I've already done it once and I bought 5, 10 of them, gave all of them away but one. Just because, you know, I'd rather help somebody than hold on. Why would I want to keep 10 of the same mod? No, I give all that away, man.
Here's a true story. My Patreon is not a very big page, but last year sometime I ordered mods from a manufacturer. I ordered mods and atomizers, matching sets from the manufacturer, and I gave every one of my Patreons one. I don't even think it was Patreons. I think it was more of my Discord buddies. Most of them were Patreons anyway, but I bought them all one and gave every single one of them one. Because it was something that I wanted to do as a personal gift and just paying it forward, man. You know, I'm afforded a lot of opportunities, financial gains in my life that, hey, I can share that with other people. I've always had the mindset of, I don't want to be on top of the mountain by myself. I'm not playing King of the Hill. I want my friends to be up here with me and enjoy the view with me. I don't want to see that view by myself. I want to share that view with everybody. I don't want to be the guy that has the cell phone out taking pictures and then sending the pictures to people. Hell, I want them to come up and take their own damn pictures and send them to people. That's always been my mindset and always will be.
Hell yeah.
Trying to keep up on chat. We should all send.
Well, okay, this is what I want to know, because I'm not familiar. I don't know what I missed, but I'm not. How long have you been doing YouTube? How am I not? I mean, I've heard your name before, but why am I not familiar with you as hell? Because I know I started a long time ago. I was back on Vapers TV before all the drama, and then moved over to YouTube because of the drama. And that's why most of the reviewers you see on there now were already on YouTube. I was doing just Vapers TV, then moved to YouTube. So it's kind of like I'm behind the game, but
I have a very simple answer to that question. It's a very, very good question you ask. And I actually had stickers made for that very reason.
Fuck fame. Hell yeah. I need some stickers that say that says Scuba's Hangout or Scuba Vapes up under there.
It's not something I came in to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to be, at the end of the day, I want to help people. At the subscriber count, it's great. I'm very humbled and grateful that I have the 7,000 subs that I do have in the short amount of time I've been doing it.
Way big. I'm not even at 2,000, dude.
But I
But
understand too that the subscriber count, I can't deposit that into the bank. And this
right.
ain't being arrogant. This is being honest. I knew that whenever I got into this, a game plan set in motion. And some people say, "Oh, he's just playing the game. He's just playing the game." It's not a game to me. It's a game plan. It's something I had planned out in my mind. This is how I'm going to do it. From the name, the logo being a stamp, like my stamp of approval, Mr. Just Right. It's got my stamp of approval. I gave a lot of thought into that. Go check how many times you see in different vape review videos. You got to wicket just right, just right, just right, just right.
Yeah.
Mr. Just Right. It's also something I live by, doing the right thing as opposed to doing the wrong thing. I don't care to be famous. I don't care for any of that. That will never mean nothing to me, because honestly, everybody's opinion of me means nothing to me. The only opinions that matter to me are them boys in there, my daughters in which I've raised. The ones that whenever they see me stand up for something, that's embedded in their mind. Why did daddy stand up? Why did dad, if I was to get arrested and my son was to see it, I'd be heartbroken and he had to see it, but I'd want it to be embedded in his memory why I did that his daddy did something for the right reasons, for the cause. He stood up for something instead of folded for nothing. And that's the only opinion that will ever matter to me. In my life, it's family first, everything else is second. I mean, everything else is second. If it's not blood and family first, it means you can take it all away. I've been homeless just a few years back. Well, I'll go back to being homeless again in a heartbeat. Family over everything.
How come you're the only other person I know on YouTube that does vape reviews or anything that has the same opinion that I do? Nobody else talks like that. They will sit there and tell you, "Hey, I got 50,000 subscribers," or "I got the," I've never, and anybody that's ever watched my show, I've never cared about subscribers. That's why you don't see me posting on Instagram, Facebook, all that. I don't do all that because I don't go, "Hey, if you join my YouTube and if you do this stupid stuff on Google, you could get a chance to win this." That's how they get all them subscribers. They give away stuff to get more subscribers. I think that's bull crap. It's bull. I mean, if you want to watch, you're going to watch. This is the way it is. If you like the show, you're going to like it. If you don't like it, watch something else, which there's some shows I don't agree with their principles at all. I just can't watch it.
I don't take nothing from it. Whether I agree with it or disagree with it, man, who am I to judge anybody else? Whatever works for you. If you go to bed at night with a clear conscience on your head, on your shoulders, and you're good with doing that, that's on you. Yeah. I can't be responsible for somebody else's actions. My responsibility is my boys and raising them with integrity, responsibility, reliability, dependability, accountability, credibility, all those things. And I sound like a broken record when I say that, but those really mean the absolute most to me. My financial steps means nothing to me. I mean,
that even makes more sense.
It helps, keeps the bills on, it keeps the bills paid. Yes. Is it something that's a necessity for the well-being of my family? Yes, it is. But I understand too that I don't have a price tag that I sell out for. And I've said it many times over, but you see me at a convention somewhere, I promise you I was paid to be there by some company somewhere, paid me to be there. I'm not there on my own merit, my own dime. I don't do that because I'm taking time away from the most important things in my life, which is my family. So if you're taking that time from them, I have to be compensated for that. And it's not that, oh, it's about the money. No, I'm taking time away from the most important thing in my damn life. That I got to bring something back to the table whenever I come back home.
So period. You had two boys?
I have two sons. I have one boy, Stephen Robinson, aka Hot Rod. Everybody knows Hot Rod. He's 9. And then I have an older son, BJ, Baby Joel. Just recently changed his name to BJ, courtesy of Mr. Chapman, which he hates, by the way. He's 15. I have 3 daughters. I have twin daughters that are 20, going on 21 years old. They'll be 21.
3 daughters and 2 boys.
And I have another daughter, Madison, who is also 20. So I got 3 daughters that are 20, a 15-year-old son, and a 9-year-old son.
5 kids. Okay. You got me beat. I have 3 sons. My 3 sons. That's what I got. Wow. And the youngest one of my sons is 18. And one of them's in the Marine Corps. Actually he's in Georgia right now, but he's based in Okinawa until August. And in August he's done with the Marines. But I'm just, and my oldest, the hell, he's dating, and wow, 5 kids. I'm 51. I'm not having any more kids. No more. No. Okay, he's 19. My bad. You get confused. You have so many kids, you can't keep their numbers right.
Munchkin. It must be the bourbon.
It must be the bourbon.
That's what your sticker needs to say. Must be the bourbon. Or could be the bourbon. Broken Home. I have seen pictures of your 8-year-old twin girls, man. And I'll tell you now, my friend, I pray for you in the coming years. The time from when my baby girls were 7, 8, 9 years old, even as old as 10 years old, was like the most precious times of my life with them. After 10 years old, it just a blink of an eye, they were 20 years old, they were graduating, walking the stage of high school. And man, it put time into perspective for me. So great. It's scary to remember that it seems like just yesterday they were 10 years old. Now they'll be 21 in September. That is a very, 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 very scary feeling for me. But I'm very proud. All of them go to college, got their own homes, their cars. They're working towards their goals and their dreams and careers and whatever path it is they've chosen. It was my responsibility to help them get to that point and start taking their first steps, much like teaching them to ride a bicycle. Same on finding their career path and what makes them happy in life. It was my responsibility to help them and not necessarily carry them, but show them the way, help them take their first steps, and then watch them take flight. And I'm very proud to say we've accomplished so in my household. Something I'm very, very proud of. My greatest accomplishments in this entire planet have been my children. They're a direct reflection of me, my lifestyle, and the choices I made, good, bad, ugly, or not. But they all are good souls within them, and I'm very proud of that.
Cool Image, to answer your question, best of 2019. RTA wise would be the Trilogy. I also really like the Intake Dual. Going down from that, RDA wise, I like the blank RDA. And then innovative wise, it's got to be the SX Auto. I mean, this thing, it's just, I really like innovation. I like companies that step outside the box and go, you know what would make a vapor's life easier? That's what this does. I want to see other companies do the same thing with different types of mods to make vapor's life easier. I really want to see I want to see them make better batteries. We've had the same type of batteries forever now. I want to see batteries that are really small, that have 3 times as much power. As soon as that comes on the market, we're going to have batteries that last us all week long, and we don't have to sit there and charge our batteries every day. That's what I want to see. If innovation could change it all, I want to see batteries that last all week long without having to charge it. That's what I want to see. That's the next big step in vaping, I think. Better batteries.
So here's something about batteries.
Okay.
By chance meeting, I was at a buddy of mine's shop in town that does car customization, truck off-road accessories, and so forth. And I was getting my daughter Madison's car stereo installed for her birthday. And I was sitting there. It was an all-day affair. And the owner of that shop is a very, very dear friend of mine. He actually lives right across the road from me. He told me, he says, man, there's a guy coming up here in just a minute. You're going to really like this guy. I said, why? He said, because y'all think the same, Joel. You guys are 2 of the same. I said, oh, yeah, I can't wait to meet the guy. Guy comes in. He's wearing wing pants, cowboy boots, and a tank top t-shirt, like a muscle shirt. Damn, all right. Curly hair, just a free-spirited individual. And his wife comes in dressed just like him. But this young man has a patent, right? He has multiple patents on a technology that he developed that 2 years ago, he went and spoke at the largest photosynthesis conventions in the world of energy. And he pitched this idea and was told no many, 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 many times. This year, he's a keynote speaker at the exact same convention.
Wow.
What it is, it's a battery that utilizes solar cell technology from solar panels, lasers, and batteries. And what it is, it's a battery that will last the lifetime of the device you put it in because it's a renewable energy. And what it is, when he mentioned it to me, again, I said the same thing that all the people he went and talked to said no to, is it goes against the laws of physics, thermodynamics. There's a law that's I don't want to get on the nerdy side of things, but there's a law of thermodynamics, the way things work, that shouldn't work. But he was able to get it to work. And whenever they did it, I think he's got like 9 patents on it right now. Dude is a multi-millionaire in 1 year's time off of being told no at a convention 2 years ago, that this year he's now the keynote speaker at. And I mentioned to him about vaping and the cells that are within, and he informed me that Tesla is very, very big in the battery technology. Like that, he's invested a whole shit ton of money, bought up a bunch of, I think, lithium mines around the world and stuff to invest in battery technology. I asked him about vaping and the current draws on those batteries and what's going to be acceptable and compatible. And he said, when it's ready, he says it would be something he would love to dabble in and look into and to see what he could do to make that industry better. But it's just a chance encounter at my buddy's shop that my buddy already knew the guy. He'd done some work for him. The guy doesn't even live here. He lives in Wisconsin somewhere. He's just passing through, visiting family or something like that with his wife for the holidays. But that is very interesting. You say batteries should evolve, because I share the same thoughts that you do. We've had evolution of our mods. We've had evolution of our e-liquids. We've had evolution in the cotton we use. The heating elements have evolved. Just about every aspect of vaping has evolved except the batteries. We have some that are better now, but they didn't evolve because of vaping. They evolved because of the applications in which they're being applied to. We buy batteries from other industries. So to have something that's specifically for our industry, why is it not being done? OhmTech batteries. Everybody knows I use the hell out of OhmTech batteries. I have from day one. They've always been big time supporters of me, but I've always believed in them as well, and their mindset towards vaping and developing batteries for vaping and making the best battery available for vaping. So I did get that guy's information. So, hey, I need to put you in touch with these guys. So when you're ready to step over into this industry and address it and offer us something, I think that would be the best route for you. Bob Shorkey says, I think 21700s are in the Tesla Model 3. They are in the Tesla Model 3, but they're squared batteries and not rounded batteries. A lot of people don't know that about the Tesla battery.
Well, if they're square, then they wouldn't be 21700, because the whole
it's
purpose
21700, but it's the end cap of the battery is squared instead of
oh, really?
Cylinder, yeah.
Because the whole reason behind the number of the 21700 is the millimeters, the 21 and the 70 is the length, and the 0 means it's a circle. That's anytime y'all hear a battery reference, 18650 means it's 18 millimeters across, 65 millimeters tall, and the 0 means it's a circle. So if it's a 21700 in a Tesla and it's square, that goes against the battery principles of the numbers.
Well,
that's
it's
the whole
21700. When I say square, you can get them stripped because they sell them stripped all day. And I'm actually looking at some right now on eBay. But the initial battery, when it comes out of the cell itself, I'm trying to pull up a picture to see if I can share it. What else is I think the end cap, like the flat cap side, is indented on one side, like it goes inward as well.
Oh, okay.
Outward. But it is still a 21700 cell stripped. 60 of them in one pack.
So they're just taking a 21700 and modifying it. That's fine. I'm just trying to let people know the reason behind why they call batteries 18650s. And that's, if y'all didn't know, I mean, just little info, that's a reason why the numbers behind the batteries, they don't just call them 18650s for the hell of it. There's a reason behind that.
I'm going to see if I can pull this up on my phone, and I'm not going to be able to screen share it because I pulled it up on my phone, but I want to show a picture of the squared cap on the end of the Tesla battery.
Huh.
I can't get a good enough.
And if they, and now the guy that you're talking about with all these patents, if they do it solar, how could, now, because I couldn't
so
see
they
a big
took
enough
the solar technology that's contained within a solar cell, and inside that battery, that laser is shooting at that solar cell, regenerating more energy than takes to fire that laser.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how's it going to be a solar panel big enough to charge that battery?
Solar cell. It's the photo cell of that solar panel that creates the energy. He has a small laser in there that takes even less energy than what's produced by the solar cell that's in there that it generates by emitting to that.
That's why they were denying them. They were like, that's impossible because there's no way that you can have something that produces less power that shoots back. Now I see why they denied him. And man, I hope it goes through just so he can say,
dude,
you know
he's
what, suckers, I proved y'all wrong.
Bought so much into the guy. It's not even fun. The guy, what I'm telling you, is a multi-millionaire in less than a year's time. Like we will never be able to fathom the amount of money this guy's rolling in right now. But he lives like an everyday Joe. Just it's nothing. Don't think nothing of it. Just very, very, very smart individual. And you guys remember we're talking about this today because technology like that, it takes forever to get done and pushed forward.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
He has working prototypes. He is the keynote speaker this year at that convention. Very, very good guy. And that's innovation. That's technology moving forward. That's somebody taking no's and developing a yes out of it. Why? Yeah. Nobody ever thought about it before. And still have enough power to supply whatever you're doing. And he told me it goes down as small as a watch battery, as large as to big multi-cell batteries on semi trucks and RVs and the whole 9 yards.
That's the same. When I saw those hydrogen torches and stuff, I was like, really? They're using water to cut metal, with those hydrogen torches and stuff. I was like, man, that is amazing. It's like the government holds back all these really rare technologies that look like it would change everything because it's going to push all the big companies that have to do with oil and everything else that they get money from out of the market because of how good their technology is. So they hide it from the public, which is ridiculous.
Melissa Simmons, thank you for joining. Going back to check. KV, Clown Vapes, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining this evening. Man, I'm seeing a lot of people. King Tot, dude, I ain't seen him in forever. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I love seeing the resurgence of people coming back. Don P, salute to you, man. Thank you for joining. Brian C, thank you for joining. If you guys have any questions out there, please shoot the questions. I love to answer them. That's one thing I'm very big on, is answering the questions that somebody has. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. I may give you a stupid answer, but there ain't no such thing as a stupid question.
Wow. That used to be in my intro of my show. There's no such thing as a stupid question, blah, blah, blah. Dude, you're so much like me. It ain't even funny. This is blowing my mind right now.
And another disclaimer is, I said it earlier on Twisted's channel, is you can ask whatever question you want, but you must be prepared to accept whatever answer you're given, because the answer you're given may not be the answer that you wanted to hear, but it is my answer and you have to take it for what it is.
Hey, Shore Vapor, how you doing? Wow. I put the rebuildable, and I don't know if you have a Vupu Vinci, and where did I put mine? There it is.
I do not. Vupu is a company, and we spoke on this earlier. There's certain companies that do not work with me at all. Like I don't, and it's okay by me that I'm not. Vupu, Smoke, Geek Vape, Vandy Vape. Vandy Vape is probably top of the list of people that don't work with me at all. But then again, I do have great companies that do work with me, like Twisted Messes Industries, Mass Mods, SQ, Dovepo, Wodafo, companies that I'm very proud to be associated with. OhmTech Batteries, that I'm proud to have those guys. Twist, Cookie Twist E-Liquid, Berry Twist, Lemon Twist, all those guys. Solid people in my book, always have been. Cotton thread manufacturing, those great people, and I think that keeps it healthy in this industry. I don't think any one individual should have every company working with them. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just weird. The stock coils that came with it, it's kind of airy. It's more of a restricted direct lung. And then I do use the RBA section. I probably put a little too much wick in there, but now it's a mouth to lung, which makes it great, in my opinion. So now I like vaping the thing, but yeah.
ID Voca asked a very good question. What is your favorite TV series, Scuba?
Favorite TV series? Well, I would have to go old school because I don't watch a lot of TV now. Wow, what was my favorite TV series back in the day? I can't even think. Man, I would go really far back. You know what I like that they canceled really quick and nobody probably even knows? I watched Automan. I liked Automan, which that played for literally like 2 or 3 weeks and canceled. But it was a cool show.
If I had to give a favorite series of mine, and this is probably going to throw some people for a loop, some people probably won't even know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know which one.
It is Aerial America. I love that TV series. And why? It's just they fly over different parts of the United States, and they've actually taken it overseas to different countries as well now, where they just fly over and they give you a rundown of the history of the land and the structures that are there and what, important keynotes of history.
That's
I'm a big
messed up,
history
Chris.
buff. Smithsonian. Those are other things that I
I
like.
use Life Alert. No, I don't have Life Alert. You know what? I should
Right
take
there,
that back.
Chapman. He
Big
says
Bang Theory. I like Big Bang Theory. That would be my favorite TV series. I like Big Bang Theory, even though it's done now.
Munchkin says you would like Aerial America. You're a drone nut.
Oh yeah, I have a DJI Mavic Pro. I love that drone. Yeah.
Enders, brother man, how are you doing?
There's Ender, and he just muted himself. Unmute yourself, Ender. There you go.
Gregory Brown asked me, what did I not like about the drop RDA? Honestly, what I did not like about the drop RDA is putting your coils in. I don't like, you can put them in and leave them right where they're at, but leaning them over. Anytime I had to put coils in something and peel them over and lean them over, it's something I personally don't enjoy. Whenever we had things like the Goon, you had things like the Patriot, you had things like the Velocity, where you just put the coils in and then you trim them. You don't have to bend them over any which way at all to increase flavor or vapor production or whatever it may be. That was just a big con for me on that RDA, but I enjoyed it. It just wasn't one of my favorites by any means. I mean, is it good? Absolutely. Do I like the guy that created it? Wholeheartedly. But to sit there and tell you it's one of my favorite RDAs, it's not. The Dead Rabbit at the time, comparable to it, to me surpassed it.
Nice call
on my style of vaping, but not for everybody else.
Chris Chapman, in order to go back to your Life Alert challenge, when I was really sick, I was coughing really hard, and apparently in your body there's something called a vagus nerve. I coughed so hard that it made me black out, and I passed out and slammed my face into the hardwood floor and broke my nose. So there you go. That's that hurt pretty bad.
That's a rough night.
Yeah, I want to elaborate on the Life Alert deal to let you in, Scuba. Why Chris Chapman thinks I need a Life Alert.
Okay.
My wife had been in the swimming pool and the sun tanning one day, and I come in from work. I go in to take a shower, and she'd already showered and bathed and the whole night. So I get in the shower to take a shower. I go to get out of said shower. Well, while she was in there, all that suntan lotion and stuff that she washed off, and it was in the basin of the tub. Of the shower, should I say. I went to step out of that shower, and everything happened in really, really slow motion. But I remember reaching for everything within arm's reach and was unable to reach it as my left leg went this way, my right leg went this way, and I hit everything between the shower and the restroom sink. Ow. I had a bruise on my thigh, turned 9 different colors of purple and green and blue, looked like a rainbow for about 3 weeks, and it hurt like holy hell. And they all thought it was funny and thought that I might need to get a Life Alert in case I fell out of the damn shower again.
Well, okay, I'll give you this. If you were coming out of the shower and you slipped, at least when you were coming down, your mind has the sense enough to know to put your hands out to stop you from hitting your face. When you black out, your hands don't come out to stop you. My face implanted on the floor. I've never seen a nose bleed like a faucet until that day. When I woke up, I immediately put my hands out and my nose was pouring out blood like a faucet. That's when you go, holy crap, I really smacked myself good. So yeah,
There's a
that
picture
has
of me on Facebook where I was cutting a tree recently that already fell. I fell this tree a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Went to cut a branch off of it one day, like just a few days before I left to the UK. Well, when I did, it came up and it seen me and it split my nose right in two and bled like a stuck pig. But I got really good friends here, Scuba. I guess you can tell that by the comments in this chat. And I think I'm going to send out some applications again for new friends. Remember, it is a $50 application fee, which does not guarantee acceptance either. But if you would like to apply to be a friend, please let me know. I'll get the application sent over as well as a PayPal link required. Enders, how the hell have you been?
I have been good. How have you been?
Blessed. Absolutely blessed. Thanks for joining us.
Not a problem.
What are you vaping on?
Well, I got this.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, I figured you might. So I got the Just Right tube with the Apocalypse 25 on top. I've got a Rogue.
Ooh.
With
Wait, you didn't show the
Rebirth on
Just
top.
Right 2 thing. I want to see that. Oh, look at that. Hell, I haven't even seen. Damn, I'm behind on the market. Holy crap.
That was a limited deal. We did 50 of them. It's just a Just Right edition of the MDX mod made by Unicorn Mods.
Oh, okay.
I had 50 of them commissioned, and I was able to move those 50 rather quickly.
Cool.
Yeah, like lightning.
26 minutes, I believe.
I don't even. Yeah, I think it was just over 20 minutes.
Yeah, just they went like
That was fast. 20 minutes? Yeah, that's good. Sorry.
What else do I have in front of me? Oh, I got a Caliburn.
Caliburn.
It's my work mod. This thing is perfect to take to work.
I've heard a lot of good things about that. Never tried one. Never tried one yet.
They're not bad. Like, I mean, it's not this, but at work when you're doing a job that you're gonna drop it and it might get run over by a truck, which this one has been run over by a truck and still works. It's great.
Well, the thing, okay, this is my question. Do you think it's good for somebody that's just getting off cigarettes switching over to vaping? Is that
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
You get a very cigarette-like draw.
See, that's what a lot of people that are switching from smoking to vaping are looking for, that same type of draw, but something that'll satisfy them enough to keep them off cigarettes. If the Caliburn's the key, then hey, I'll be willing to recommend that to people.
Without hesitation, I would definitely recommend this to anyone that's trying to quit smoking, is unsure, because they're cheap. So if you don't like it, you haven't invested a lot of money. They're easy to maintain. You can put the juice in it that you want to vape. So if you don't, it's not like the other ones, like the Juul, for example, which you're stuck with
don't
their
even
flavors.
go to the Juul. But yeah.
Right. But you're stuck with their flavors. And if you don't like their flavors, well, that's just too bad, because you get what they give. Or you can get this one where you can get whatever you want. So if you want a flavor that you like, that's what you get. What's that?
I'm going to take a time out and acknowledge a dear friend of mine, another one, Ron Nickel. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Love to see you here. Beats Meat, beef jerky. Guy makes some of the best beef jerky on the face of this entire planet. Is that man
Beef
right
jerky.
there? He also has an e-liquid line. His wife and himself own 2 different vape shops, one in Colorado and one in Kansas.
Beef jerky is good.
Shout out to him as well.
I like beef jerky.
I love that guy to death, guys. Me and Ron go way back. Very, very good dude. Very good dude. But yes, the Caliburn is a good piece. I've never tried one. I've used one somebody had, but didn't use it for like an extended period of time. When it comes to pod systems in general, there was just such a flood of them on the market, man. It's like it's impossible to try all of them.
Well, the only reason I got this one is because James Franklin said I should get it. So
yeah, the pod market has been completely flooded. I hope this year they move away from pods, because there's been so many pods that come out last year. It's like all the reviewers are like, I have really nothing to show y'all because I have 30 pods that were sent to me. What do y'all really want me to show y'all 30 different pods? Because it's getting repetitive, and it's almost like that companies are not being innovative anymore, which really makes me go, damn, man. I mean, where's this industry going? You can't move everything to pods.
I like Bogan's stance on the pods. He
What's
wasn't going to be reviewing pods unless it was just something that was just really, really different, or innovative, or something that brought a change to the game. He don't care who sends it to him or how many they send him. He's not going to review pods unless it's something that is truly different and innovative in that marketplace. And
I agree with that. I
that.
agree completely with that. Because I mean, if once you've seen one pod, you've seen them all. They all have basically different airflows, different milliamp hour on the battery, and what kind of draw you're going to get from it. Other than that, they're all the same damn thing. So unless there's something groundbreaking, innovative about it, why review it? There's just no reason.
Good. I like his stance on it a lot. A whole lot. Totally agree, says Ron Nichols. Straight Blaze, how you doing, man? Didn't see you in here. I guess he snuck in a while back. Good deal. Chapman said, Ron Nickel, I've had your meat in my mouth. Delicious.
Oh, that doesn't even sound right.
Too much information right there. Truck stops and shit. Can't trust him. Let's see.
Oh, when I came on here, I was going to ask you something, and now, all right, let's break this down. So, in May, the PMTAs are due. What do you think is going to happen between now and May? And if nothing happens between now and then, what's going to happen to the vape industry?
Very, very good question. And I had this conversation with another big name reviewer in this industry who has brought some iconic hardware to this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to clarify my answer with him because I think he took the answer I gave him the wrong way. But once I clarified it, he understood what I was saying. I firmly believe that we should fight till long after the 12th round bell is rang. You still contest that fight. You still have the fighter tested for enhancement drugs or whatever. We have legal routes we can take, and we should exalt every avenue allotted to us and provided to us. If they don't provide us an avenue, we make our own avenue and ensure that we get the justice that we are due. But if that fails through and that pushes through like it's supposed to, I understand completely that the United States right now today accounts for 38% of the global marketplace for vaping. The amount of influence the United States has on the marketplace is a different story. It's a far greater number. But by sales numbers, 38% is in the United States. I will not stop doing what I'm doing because the United States has their head so far up their ass they can't see straight.
Right.
There's a world out there that is still owed the technology that we've been afforded and we've chosen to turn a blind eye to, and we've taken for granted, and we took it for granted. So I will continue to do exactly what I'm doing. I'll continue to design and release the hardware I said I would release to the rest of the world. Why? Because they're owed that. I can't punish the rest of the world for the United States not doing what needs to be done. If you're not willing to fight for something, and you're not willing to break the law even to ensure that your future generations, your future grandchildren's are allowed the same that we've been allotted, then me and you don't deserve to be in the same room, because I firmly believe we've got to experience vaping. We know what vaping is. But if we don't continue to fight for it and we continue to take it for granted as we have for so long, it's going to go away. And future generations are going to suffer. Future generations are going to be condemned to a lifetime, or a very short lifetime, but regardless, a lifetime dependent of big pharmaceutical companies, regulations by the FDA, which are unfair and unjust, taxation by the IRS and other entities of the United States government, which are nothing more than crooks in suits and ties. I'll be damned if I'm going to let any man walk through this door and take anything from me that would benefit my children. monetary, food, whatever it is, you're not coming into my home and taking something from me that's going to put my children in harm's way. I will give my very last breath to ensure they're afforded the same opportunities that I've been afforded. And we'll do so proudly. That's my job. That's my responsibility as a father to these children, is to sacrifice my own well-being for their well-being. And that goes for the rest of the world out there too. We have to fight for something. There has to be something in your life that you were passionate enough about fighting for. Vaping is one of those things to me.
The only problem I see is, and I agree with you completely, I'm just saying, say they put a flavor ban in California. So what's going to happen is all the vape shops that are in California are going to have to shut down. And then say 2 months later, they go, you know what? We screwed up. We're going to lift the flavor ban. All those companies that got shut down, do you think they're going to reopen? Do you think they're going to spend all that money to reopen their shop, knowing the fact that they could be shut down again? I don't think so. You might get 5% of them to reopen, but the rest of them are not going to reopen, which I think is detrimental to the whole vape market in general, which every state that goes through these bans and then go, oh, we screwed up, or, hey, let's not do the vapor flavor ban, that release the ban, but it's too little too late, because they've already ruined these companies that had a beneficial business that got shut down because of these stupid bans that they put in place.
I say this as well on the same note. If a company gets shut down because of a flavor ban that has been put in place, that business owner was a piss poor business owner, because he did not have the sense about to diversify his portfolios to allow himself growth in other avenues. If you think tomorrow's promised to you in any venture or any investment that you've ever made, whether it be the stock market or drug dealing, you're dumb as shit, because that's not the way this world works. Nothing is promised to us in anything. You have to just diversify your portfolio to allow yourself growth. If you think that I sink every dime I've ever made back into vaping, you're a fool, because I have not. And I'm not speaking to you, Steve. I'm speaking to the masses in general.
Oh, no, you make perfect sense.
Any money,
I get what you're saying.
or all my funds, I've sunken some money back into it, but not the amount of money people would think I've sunken back into this. I've sunken a astronomical amount in other avenues and other ventures and other portfolios to ensure the well-being of my family. I firmly believe that you have to be willing to diversify your portfolio. If you do not do so, you are asking for failure. No other way around it.
I did a quick check because I remembered a quote. It's a quote from Thomas Jefferson. It's if a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so.
Yep. How about you, Brian Shepard? Welcome. Thank you for joining. We can barely hear you, brother.
Hey, what's happening?
There you
Finally
go.
made it home.
But that's my take on that right there, Scuba. As far as companies get shut down because of any kind of flavor bans or anything that happens, I do feel for them. I hate to see anybody take a loss.
Right.
But that business owner set themselves up for failure. You have to be willing to diversify your portfolios. Anytime you come into any amount of money, you should have a financial advisor advise you where you should put that money, what trust you should establish, and those kind of things. And if you haven't done so, man, I'm a 15-year-old high school dropout, and I have enough sense to do so. Why don't you?
That's the problem. They don't have enough sense to do that. They spend all their money on just their vape company. They don't diversify. So when that goes down, they're done, and they're not coming back, which means way less vape shops. I mean, you've already seen in the US, I mean, we used to have vape shows all over the place. Where'd they go? I don't even, the conventions, they're like gone completely. You might catch a couple, but most of them are gone. They used to be back to back, because I went to them. I got freaking badges behind me and now they're not there anymore. And it sucks. It really does. And I don't want to see the industry go down this path. This is obviously a healthier alternative to smoking. why does the government have to push against us so hard? Besides the MSA agreement, which we don't even go there. Holy crap, the MSA.
Multiple vets in the chat. Your son being a vet. I know Connie Fellows, a big Patreon supporter, longtime supporter, Mr. Just Right One, has children that are veterans. My granddaddy was a veteran, retired Air Force. You know, but we have a lot of people in the chat that, you know, that say, Gregory Brown, I'm gonna quote it. He says, "I am an Army vet, and I say middle finger to the Dems and Repubs. Both work for themselves, not the people." And that's something that has changed the mindset that has changed in the American people, is that the government works for us. We put them in the offices. We put them in places. The reason why they're still in the positions they are and not been overthrown or pulled out of office is because we've, in the vape community, have nurtured and grown a community that is known for instant rewards, instant gratification. Like, comment, share, you have a chance to win something. Like, comment, share, we're going to give you something. Like, comment, share, we're going to give you something. Repost this, we're going to give you something. From the keyboard, they don't have to get up and do a damn thing. There's nothing involved in it. Like, comment, and share takes 3 clicks of a mouse and they're done the rest of the day and go about whatever. But to ask them same people that we've rewarded for so long in this community for like, comment, and sharing, to get up and go do something, to get up and go fight for it, they're like, piss on you. I'm not doing that. All I had to do for the last 7 years is like, comment, and share, and I was rewarded. Now you want me to get up and drive down to the city manager's office and request a meeting with him, a formal meeting with the city manager? No way. That takes too much work. We're lazy people. We spoke about this before, Scuba, with the Amazon thing, you know, Alexa, turn the light off, or Siri, call my mother, you know, things like that. We are become lazy individuals, and we're responsible for our own downfall. We're responsible for everything that is. The people that are in office, we put them there. We also have the power to take them out of office.
I tried to take them all out every time I go through DC.
Don't say that too.
I take them somewhere all fired. I'm bipartisan. I fire them all.
That DC rally. That was pretty cool to see the president go over our head in Marine One or whatever they call that helicopter. That was pretty cool.
Chris Chapman said you can vote them in, but you have to fight them out. The same way, but I can't blame them for that. Like I say, you can come to my home and try to take something from me. You're gonna have to bring a damn army with you when you do, because you're not taking me out of my home. Much like those officials that we've put into office, that's their bread and butter for their family. That's their career path they've chosen. They're not just gonna allow you to take that from them.
Oh, hey, we got double Brian. Okay. There we go.
Getting off of the phone. Hopping off of my phone.
In Canada, Enders, I know you guys are facing some things right now in certain districts and provinces up there. Is that something you've seen spread more up there in Canada, or is it something that's kind of like isolated to a certain region, or?
It's spreading. We got it at both ends. We got it British Columbia in the west and Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island in the east. It's just starting at the edges and kind of moving in. Some of it I agree with. Other parts of it I'm not super cool with. Like, they're putting restrictions to say that you can only get vape stuff from vape shops, which is fine. They're then saying that employees in the vape shops have to be properly trained to be able to sell it and inform potential customers, which is fine. And then they're trying the whole, in the Maritimes, we're seeing flavor bans, and there's talk about complete bans. That I'm not okay with. Like, I mean, seeing restrictions to limit where you can buy it and who can sell it to you and what education they have to sell it to you, I'm okay with that. That's fine. To limit to just a vape shop instead of like corner stores or if you wherever, like, I'm okay with that. That's fine by me. But seeing complete bans, that's not cool.
you see a lot of copycat stuff. One state bans, then the next state, and so on and so forth. And then it spreads to this country, that country, this country. It's like, holy crap, man. Why can't y'all do your own thing? Everybody just copycats. They don't even care about the facts. They see one state ban, they're going to ban it just because this state banned it. That's not right, man. It's just not right.
It happens a lot with Canadian politics. It seems that when the US does stuff, it's almost like a clock. You guys do something and then the clock starts ticking. It feels that way to me anyway.
Yeah. Next thing you know, they ban it here and then Canada's right behind it. Oh, we're banning it because they banned it. So that must mean we need to ban it. It's not the way you do things. It's just not the way you do things.
Brian C says, and it's the US's fault. It is the US's fault, but you know, ultimately who the responsibility falls back on this? The vape industry. The vape industry is responsible for its own downfall and demise. We were afforded many years to regulate ourselves and we did not. And that whole thing of one bad apple spoils a whole bunch, that applies to vaping. We had bad apples out there that spoiled the bunch. And the sad part is most of those bad apples made a fuck ton of money and have now moved on to CBD products, marijuana products. They've just took their funds and they didn't even diversify. They just closed down everything they made their money on, abandoned it, and went to something else. And it sucks, but we are responsible for our own downfall in this industry. I want to blame that on the community. The community is somewhat to blame, but not all of it. The community is to blame for supporting those, but they had the wool pulled over their eyes. They were unaware of the good apples and the bad apples in the bunch. They couldn't really tell. It was hard for them to diversify and break those up accordingly. So we're all to blame in this, and we also take a little bit of responsibility on that and know that we had multiple chances to regulate ourselves and then put something into place. We didn't want to do that until it was too late.
All right, Joe, I'm gonna bump off. I really appreciate talking to you.
Joining, man. We appreciate
and
you here.
And thanks for having me on. And thank you, chat. Y'all had some interesting topics. I really enjoyed talking on all this stuff. And I will catch you guys later. Y'all have a great weekend out there and stay safe.
Scuba, consider this an open invite to you, man. Anytime you want to join, feel free. My show is not an organized event of any sort at all, man. It is free spirited, free will, nothing is scripted. We're going to talk about what we want to talk about because damn it, that's what we want to talk about.
Heck yeah. All right. Have a good one, Joe and Ender and Brian. Y'all have a good one. Peace out and rest, chat. Good night, guys.
Brian, how are you? What are you vaping on?
Got the Hammer Guide and little EMB, strawberry custard. I got a whole plethora of devices in front of me.
Good deal. Good deal. Yep, that's everything that's going on right now statewide and other countries, man. I hate to see it happen, but the writing's been on the wall for a long time. Whether it's people chose to acknowledge it or not, that's on their fault. That's their own downfall.
I think it comes back to what you were saying before, click the bell and subscribe and whatever, and that's all you have to do. And now people have to actually get up and do something and be active and try to make it happen, but they don't want to do that because effort. Yep. And they don't want to put in the effort. They don't want to actually do any of the work. They expect that someone else is going to do it for them, and then they can just watch it happen and everything will be okay. But it won't. It's frustrating.
Joker Live says, I have an idea for a mod, but don't have the finances to make it a reality, sadly. That is something, man, that, I think there's a lot of people that have that same thing. Truth be told, I have ideas for mods, but I don't have the financial means to go have it done. Why? Because I've diversified my portfolios and, have invested things elsewhere. The best thing I can do is continue to sit on those ideas and pitch them and at the right times when the market provides an opportunity and the industry side of it provides an opportunity. Um, Nothing happens overnight. Build relationships with different companies and nurture those relationships, feed those relationships, constantly water those seeds so that one day you can bear the fruit of that seed in which you planted with that company. If there's a company out there that you enjoy their products and you enjoy using them, start using them. Show up to conventions that they're at, show up to places that you know they're going to be, stay in contact on their social media, post their stuff and get their attention, make them notice you constantly. And like I said, plant that seed, water that seed. One day you'll be able to bear the fruit of that seed. But to think that it's going to happen instantaneously, it doesn't work that way. Where you been, Brian? Been on the road? You drive a truck, don't you?
Oh, hell yeah. All my eggs are in one basket. And it's sitting out in the driveway.
You an owner operator?
Yeah. Soon as
Oh,
I got home.
we got another owner operator in chat. You must be rolling in money. I know he is.
Oh, hell no. 1,500 a week in fuel.
Yeah, well, Chris Chapman, man, you need to get on board with the owner operator company he's running because that's big boss hog right there.
Well, which I
problem,
do
Duncan.
all right. The breakdowns is the major deal for me. I pray I have none for this year. 10
Yeah.
grand right before Christmas. That hurt.
Yeah, Chris Chapman had a couple down days on an ABS light. But he's rolling in dough. He didn't mind it a bit.
Yeah.
Totally
well,
joking. Chris Chapman does not feel that way.
Nah, I'd say maintenance wise, I've spent 20 grand this year. Spent close to 60 grand in fuel.
Yeah, I need to get a truck instead of a wife because hell, I know I spent far more than that on her in a year. Maintenance and all kinds of other shit too.
But
Man, everybody, thank
yeah,
you for joining in the chat this evening, guys. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I really do. We're rolling on the 11 o'clock hour, and I gotta say, this is like one of the longest Just Right experiences we've had in a very, very long time. Appreciate everybody joining in, hanging out. It's been an absolute pleasure tonight. I mean, I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate everybody tuning in. The topics, the comments have all been really, really, really great. Look forward to doing it more often. You know, if I can't get people on the show, I'll just open the floor, put the Zoom link up, and let people come in, and we'll shoot the shit about the week that we had before.
It was my pleasure.
And that goes for any of the Patreons, guys. And those of you there's a select few, and I want to clarify this, that have the link that are not Patreons. Why? Because they're personal friends of mine that I felt deserved to have the link, and I like shooting shit with those guys. So they do have the link, and I feel that, hey, it's one of those things. I guess I can do that. I mean, not being cocky or arrogant, but they're personal friends, you know, and I enjoy their company, enjoy the intellect they bring to the table, and allow them to do so. Broken Home, Straight Blaze, ID Voca, Matt Cow, Chris Lopez, ID Voca, Chappie, Steve Thompson, Brian C., Gregory Brown. Just going through a few of these names real quick. Conway Liddy, Bob Shorkey, Munchkin, Scuba Steve, Ron Nickel, Cool Image. Thank every one of you guys for coming in. I really do appreciate y'all. Vaping Miner as well. Joker Lives. Who else did we have here? Yankee Vapes. It's been an absolute honor, pleasure. If you guys would want to give a sign off, I'll give a sign off at the end and we'll get out of here. Wrap this one up for the night. Brian, you got anything you want to tell the people out there?
Just keep an eye out for the big truck. Don't hard break us because we can't stop. Vape on, man. Vape on, definitely.
Absolutely. Enders, how about yourself, sir?
And to go with what I was talking about earlier, if you like vaping and you want to keep vaping, you got to work to keep it going. Like, you can't just let someone else do it for you.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to do what I always do at this time, and that is going to be to remind you out there watching it, if at any given point in time you have ever felt like you are not a somebody, I want you to know you are a somebody in somebody's eyes, and that somebody is me. I absolutely love each and every one of you. Stay focused, stay blessed. Mr. Just Right One is checking in and checking out at the same damn time. I'm out.
That is the best sign off ever.
Hell yeah.